those of you who are very, very new to my motivational segments that I do, K.E.L.S.I.E stands for Keep Evolving, Learning, and Smiling in Everything, because no matter what you do, it is important to go through it with a smile. Anywho, so I wanted to speak to everyone today about 5 ways on how to secure the bag. What is the bag, you might ask? Well, it's really quite simple. The bag is your source of income to do what you need to do in life. It's your money pot. It's the way that you're going to, be able to, one, create generational wealth, but it's also going to be the way that you're able to fund all of the beautiful things that you desire to do in life. So I broke it down into 5 different ways on how to secure the bag. Of course, there are more, but to me, these are the most important ones. I wrote it on my handy dandy dry erase board. Excuse my handwriting. Anybody who's never seen my handwriting, please forgive me. So you have number 1, right? Number 1 is to know your why. I put that as the first thing because with knowing your why, you get a chance to see the clear picture of where you want to go. Like, for example, I have a couple different whys. So one of my whys is I want to not only help myself, but help my family. And I want to create generational wealth so that generations to come after me, they're not penny pinching, They're not trying to figure out where their next meal is coming from. I don't want my great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren to figure out what they're eating for the day because they can't afford what they really want. You see what I'm saying? So for me, my why is a very familiar why, but I also want to do things like help, the community and stuff like that. I want to be able to, give, when I just want to give it just all the time. Anybody who's ever either been on the train with me and there's a homeless person or just been around me knows like I have the heart of a giver, and so I love to give. Granted, I do love to have for myself as well, but I love to give, and that's something that I love. So knowing your why is important, and that actually leads into our number 2, which is writing the vision. Writing the vision is also important because if you don't put the effort into what you want to do, if you don't put the effort into just making sure it gets seen through, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes my memory is atrocious. People would be like, I told you this, and I'm just like, you did? I don't remember that, but okay. So it's important to make sure you write it down. Make sure you write, even if it's an idea that's like not fully developed, but it's a thought, and it could go into your why in the way that you want to secure your bag. You need to write it down. You need to write down, and it's not, people say write down your end game. Honestly, the more you grow, there really is no end game. You see what I'm saying? Because you want to continue to grow. So you write down, okay, so my vision up until point A. All right, cool. All right, so once I get to point A, this is my vision from point A to point B, and you just keep that plan, because life is a steady journey. Sometimes we have moments where we might have to, go back for a second, but write it down. I'm big on contingency plans. In the event that this way does not go, and that's the way I really want to go, you know what? I have this plan too. Depending on the situation, depending on where I'm at that point in life. So, knowing your why and writing the vision. You have to write the vision and make it plain, because the only way that you're going to truly succeed in life is if you know what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, you might want to figure it out, because it is going to be extremely important to securing the bag. Even if one day you desire to go for sponsorships for, a bank or whatever, you have proposals, you have business plans. That's a part of writing the vision and knowing your why. I don't know many people who are going to give a person 20, 30, 40, $50,000 and they don't even know why they want it. So it's important. Know your why and writing the vision. So, number 3, pay yourself first. Extremely important. Extremely important. Pay yourself first. Even if, I don't know anybody who doesn't have bills. If you are a person without bills and you're an adult, please let me know so that we can have a conversation about that, so that I can see what you're doing that I need to implement or something. But paying yourself first is so important. Even if you're not able to, pay yourself this elaborate amount of money just yet, because it's possible, but just yet, do something for yourself. You know what? I just got paid. And yeah, I can't spend the thousands of dollars I went to on myself or, whatever. Anybody who knows me knows I love instruments. When I worked at the Guitar Center, goodness gracious, they will tell you, they would say that, I had not that gas, but like gear acquisition syndrome, where every check I was buying something. Every check I was buying some equipment, because it's just music equipment is just everything for me, oh gosh, whew, those are the days. But you just get paid, and even if it's something as simple as, you know what, I'm gonna get my nails done, or I'm going to go buy this little thing or whatever, or you know what, boom, I'm going to put this aside in the hole. That does not get touched. It doesn't get touched. It just goes in the hole. Even if it's like, I want to do this for myself and then put that in the hole and then spend from everything else, having one of those, 70, 10-10-10 plans where, you spread it up that way. I learned that from, there was this very good book, and it's a book did I give my last copy away? I think so. I need to buy another one just in case. But it's a book called The 7 Laws of Highest Prosperities by Cecil Kemp. One of my favorite books. One of my mentors is actually the one who first, gave me that book, and then I ended up giving that copy away to somebody else, and then I got another copy, and I think I gave that copy away as well. Yeah, so 7 Laws of Highest Prosperity, a very important book. But yes, you need to take time to really, pay yourself first. Like, most of us, we all have bills and we all have stuff, but it is important to not only your financial health, not only your mental and emotional health, but also to your physical and spiritual self, to pay yourself first. That is very important. I think that's number 3. Yes, it is number 3. Number 4, a big one. Be coachable. Be coachable. There was one point in life that I used to wake up every day and I used to listen to motivational speaking every day. Every single day I did this. And I can't even begin to tell you how empowering that was, like how beneficial that was to my overall health, to listen to that, to listen to people like, Robert Kiyosaki and, others who have done it, listen to Tony Robbins, listen to a whole bunch of different people, and just looking at the way that they overcame, and then seeing what applies to me in my situation. I've had different mentors in life. For those of you who don't know, other than music, I also practice mixed martial arts. One of my senseis, I've had a couple over time, but my sensei that literally taught me a whole lot, taught me most of the styles that I've been able to learn. Absolutely great person. he would show me things, and he would tell me a lot, like how whenever we would spar together, we just, just train, and a lot of times I would force it, and he would just tell me, like, no, you need to flow. You need to just flow. See, that's your problem. Like, you know what I mean? I'm probably going to share this video with him too, so he just can hear that part. I'm listening. I am learning, but be coachable, because there are people currently, like at this present time, that have done what you want to do, or they have at least shown you a pathway on how to do what you want to do. It is important to listen to those people. Of course, we all have our own, mindset on how we want to do things, but it is very important. It is vital to every aspect of your life to listen. So that's something that I'm learning, when it comes to business and just life in general. It's important to talk. It's important to talk just as much as it is important to listen. Excuse me. It's important to talk just as much as it is important to listen, as well as the person who is doing the talking. When it is their time to listen, it is also equally important for them to listen when it is time. So being coachable is something where when you're not coachable, one, people don't want to work with you. That's the truth. That's the straight truth. When you're not coachable, because it's like, look, I'm trying to pour all these nuggets into you, and I'm trying to help you get to where you need to be. And if I'm telling you, like, look, my sister taught me how to crochet, right? Amazing fashion designer, but she also crochets. So she taught me how to crochet. And give me 1 second, my dog. Okay, I'm back. So my sister, she taught me how to crochet. And before she taught me, of course, I didn't know anything about crocheting, you see? But I had to be coachable because she was the one with the knowledge. Granted, now I can do a lot more because she doesn't really keep up with her crocheting anymore. But, back then I had to be coachable, even with all my instruments, like I play about 10 to 12 instruments comfortably. Though the violin was the only one that somebody taught me how to play when I was in the 4th grade, if I didn't listen, there's no way I would have learned how to play piano by myself, drums by myself, trumpet, or any of the instruments that I play. I produce and engineer as well. So one of my high school friends taught me how to do different things. And I've had different even production engineering teachers over time because I went to school for music production as well. And if I wasn't coachable, how did I expect to even figure out different ways to do things, like playing trumpet? Anybody who's ever played a brass instrument or anything, like especially with brass, there is a way that will exhaust you, and there is a way that you'll be able to just keep playing strong. So, being coachable is vital, because if you're not coachable, like I said, people will not want to work with you. They won't want to spend hours and hours and hours, imparting nuggets that have worked. Not just, just saying stuff and we don't even know if it's worked or not, but we're talking giving you golden nuggets. Shout out to K.E.L.S.I, by the way. Talking about giving you golden nuggets of wisdom. For example, so I mentioned K.E.L.S.I just a little bit ago. K.E.L.S.I, I signed up for the company, and it's great because, we have both gold, where you can acquire gold, but you can also acquire gold-backed cryptocurrency. So one of my mentors, his name is Fitzgerald Stevens. I will make sure I send him this video as well. But Fitzgerald Stevens, there's times when we could just talk and he'll just impart, even if it's not talking about K.E.L.S.I, it's simply just just talking, but he imparts so many gold nuggets where it's like, not only can I use this in Care Bars to help me acquire more gold and more gold-backed crypto, and help others do the same and help people create multiple streams of income, not only, can I do that and generational wealth, and residual wealth, but, another talk from another day, or at least later in this video, he just gives life lessons in general. Because I'm allowing myself to be coachable and to be taught how to get to my next step in life, because where I want to be, he's already been, And so he shows how to get to that point, So being coachable. Sometimes anybody who has ever had like a run-in with me knows sometimes I can be a little stubborn. I have like a little stubborn streak here and there, but when it is time to be coachable and listen, I have to sit down and listen. So being coachable is important. So the last one I wanted to talk about, you can't even see that. Last one I want to talk about is being strong. I'm going to share with you guys, it's actually a hymn. So part of the hymn, it goes like this. We're not here to play, to dream, or to drift. We have hard work to do and heavy loads to lift. Shun not the struggle, 'tis God's gift. Be strong. That's something that whenever it gets super rough, I remember. You know why? Because in life, you will have people who just simply do not believe that you can accomplish what you have set out to do. You will have people who will tell you that your dream is simply too big. Like, who does that? Who tells somebody that? Just because it's too big for them to fathom, you have people who will really try to discourage you and tell you that, maybe you should downsize first and, be here first and then think about doing something else. You have people who do that. You know why? Because they do not have the capacity to dream as big as need be. So, and you never know where this is going to come from. You literally don't. It could be like your best friend down the street, like, yeah, so I was thinking maybe that's doing a little too much, sis, And those people, do you know what you do? One, you do not tell them all your plans because they think that you're crazy. Now, wait till you really start dreaming big. And they're like, whoa. So it is important, muy importante. It is important to be strong because there are going to come times where you're going to feel like you're doing too much yourself. And so it is important to be strong, and it's important to not give up. Keep your why in front of you. Write it down. Pay yourself first. Be coachable and be strong. That is important to securing your bag. You know why? Because in this day and time, in the world we live in the places we live in, people are not going to freely give you all that you actually need and want to make it through in life. Nobody's giving that to you. Nobody's going to say, you know what? You want a nice house and a nice car and stuff. I'm just going to give you $100,000 just because. Nobody's doing that. And if they're doing that, please let me know. Please let me know so I can talk to them. Okay? But nobody's really doing that out here. So you have to be strong and really know what you want. And that's why it is important. Like, these dry erase boards right here, oh my goodness. Like, in my room, let's see, this is one. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 other dry erase boards in addition to this. So I have 5 dry erase boards in my wall, and they all have different purposes. One's a calendar, one's a monthly calendar, one's a weekly calendar. There are 2 plain ones, and then this is like my to-do board usually, unless I'm doing a video. So you just have to be strong. And even if it seems like it's not happening right away, you need to stick to it. Like, that's the one thing that I have learned over time. Of course you think that you're going to get to one place, and then people pop up overnight and you're like, wait, I've been trying that for years. You know what I mean? And it's important to just keep going and not give up. It's important. It's important. You have to stay the course. The craziest things that I've had happen in life was when I did not keep going. My dog, give me a second. My dog is 18. Disclaimer. But yeah, the couple of there are things that happen in life where I'm like, if I had just kept going a little bit longer, I would have done what I wanted to do. So be strong. Do not give up. The only time where you just toss in the towel is if you just realize that this is not helping me. Or this is toxic. This is not good for any aspect of my health. It's not good. And it gotta go. The only time. Other than that, honey child, you need to keep going. You need to be strong. Even if you can't see the way, like if we're at a forest, right? If we're at a forest and you just can't see, the other end of the forest, but you need to get through this forest, you better take your nearest cutlass and you better cut the way through that forest. Because you have to see it through. Like I said, the only time you don't see it through is when it is absolutely toxic and you just don't need it. You just don't need it to go to the next level in life. Or if you go to the next level in life, it will probably do more harm than good to keep it. So I say all that to say, and I didn't make this video long. I know this video is in 3 clips because, of my dear old dog that wanted to, voice her opinion. But I just wanted to say, keep going, keep pushing, never give up. Keep going for all of the blessings in life, all of the E-Ray in life. Keep going. Never quit. Unless it is not good for you. I have to keep saying that because some people are like, well, I stayed with an abusive man for 30 years because you say don't quit. No, honey. If it's abusive, you need to go. You need to go. Straight. You need to go. But anywho, like I said, this is another K.E.L.S.I.E segment that is keep evolving, learning, and smiling in everything, because no matter what you go through it with a smile. I will talk to everybody at another time. God bless.